Can you do it? 1v1.
Lord, I am absolutely loving this.
Good evening and welcome to the LPL Pro CSGO ANZ Championship being broadcast to you live from the Sky Tower here in the heart of Auckland. I am, of course, Dallas CSGYCITY. Joining me here tonight, we do have Dion Komodo Perrotta and Chris Wayfarer Davis. Boys, how are we doing tonight?
Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no, fantastic. It's a pleasure to be here for the grand final of LPL. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Dion has made his way all the way over from Australia, so it's an absolute pleasure to have him in the studio with us here tonight. But it is indeed our grand finals here tonight for Season 4. And I mean, boys, this is absolutely amazing season we've had so far.
It's been absolutely fantastic. You know, ups and downs, expectations, you know, a little bit beyond, you know, above and beyond, especially when we touch upon the semi-finals later. But, of course, here we are now in the present, grand finals.
Yeah, no, so many changes throughout the season as well. SYF was a massive upset against Ground Zero. To be here where they are now with ZEF, coming from Order as well. Yeah, there's so much talent within these two squads. I'm excited that it's these two teams here.
Well, let's have a look at how our season has panned out. Let's have a quick little look. And we do see Genuine Gaming, who have finished the tournament top of the table here with 6 wins. SYF closely following there with 5 wins. And Ground Zero and Rewound, who were our runners up there with 5 and 4. Squad W and Sub to Top Gun in 5th and 6th. So, I mean, what an absolute ripper of a tournament. Very, very close. No one really sort of dominating everyone with 0 losses this season, which is something I like to see.
Yeah, something to touch on as well. You know, now in front of us, we've got Genuine Gaming versus SYF. And Genuine, their only loss in the whole season was in fact against SYF. So it's a kind of a little bit of a remux of sorts, seeing them again. So it'll be very interesting to see.
A bit of a grudge match for Genuine to step up here. I mean, it does add to the storyline, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Is this their weakness? Is this their Achilles?
Well, let's have a look at the semi-finals from last week just to see the path on how we've got here. And it is indeed Genuine Gaming taking out Rewound last week and SYF taking out Ground Zero to lead us to this grand final. So, I mean, you just mentioned it there before, boys, you know, SYF picking up that win over Genuine. Their only loss in the season. I mean, tonight, a bit of a rematch of sorts.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Genuine, they're a team that I've really followed throughout these seasons, how they've progressed, how they've stuck together. They're one of the teams that hasn't really had a lot of roster changes from the start of the year. In the last season of LPL, when they came to the LAN, they had Muzz, who was a newcomer. They really gave him a shot. He really stood out, but Jinx came back into the squad. He stood out, and he's been the key for this team moving forward throughout the year.
And Dion, you know, we had a bit of a talk before we started the show here tonight about SYF, you know, and the changes they've made and how they've sort of got to the point they're at now. You know, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so during the season, they had a bit of a shaky goings. They nearly folded, but then in bringing ZEF into the roster, taking over, of course, Cookie, it really shone some light on what this team is able to showcase, especially given the fact that, you know, Ground Zero, they took it to the whole best of 3, the final decider in double overtime. It was neck and neck the whole time, and them able to come out on top with the backing of ZEF, phenomenal.
Well, tonight it is indeed going to be Genuine Gaming taking on SYF. And I mean, what a matchup we've got here. You know, Genuine Gaming looking to obviously get a bit of redemption against SYF here this evening. And I mean, first up, let's have a bit of a chat more about Genuine Gaming. You know, there's the first team we're going to be looking at here. What sort of stands out for you there, Dion, with Genuine Gaming?
Well, of course, you know, you touch upon APOC Dud, right? His very powerful in the AWP. If he's able to be put in a position where he can frag, not so much heavily, but when needed, I think Genuine will have a really good grounds to showcase what they can do. And then, you know, backed up by your Jinxes and your Skulls with the standard rifles, able to punch when needed. Real force to be reckoned with.
Definitely. I mean, originally he wasn't the IGL for the squad. At the start of the year, he was 1 month in as an AWP player. He has really lifted and taken on a lot of responsibility with this team. He's filled in roles where they needed him to step up, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Well, it's going to be very exciting to see. You know, we see the boys now looking and getting ready for tonight's matchup. But, you know, the entire roster there for Genuine Gaming has really been, you know, solidified over some time right now. You know, they've been together for a while. Do you think that experience is really going to be, you know, key for them this evening?
Something coming into it, you know, with how intense a grand final can be mentally and physically on a player, right? You really do need the cohesion factor in a game. And talking upon that as well, Genuine, together so long, showcase with the roster right now, it's APOC Dud, you know, we mentioned that in-game leader, Orparol, and then backed up by his 4 riflers of sorts. It will be very unique to see how APOC Dud will call in these games against SYF, given that they have played them once, they have lost. How are they going to combat that to try and get the win out tonight?
Well, having a look at Genuine Gaming's lineup here this evening, it is going to be APOC Dud, Skull, Jinx, Stat, and Maker, making up the Grand Five here. And their coach this evening will indeed be Peter Lowe. And again, this is something we talked about, you know, just before the broadcast. You know, you mentioned the consistency of these 4 riflers here. Do you think that, you know, the pressure is going to get to them this evening?
To be honest with you, I don't think it will. With how long they've been playing together with each other against other teams, you know, the top teams in our region, they shouldn't phase them too much as long as APOC Dud is able to, you know, sort of keep them calm. And that's also what Peter, the coach, Oxy, is able to help out with. We should see Genuine having, you know, a very calm, collected series.
Well, we do have the coach standing by for an interview right now. So let's cross over to Chris and see what Peter has to say about the boys.
Are you happy tonight with your preparation leading up to this tournament?
Yeah, we've done a lot of prep for this tournament. We actually got a boot camp that lasted about 2 weeks with the help of our sponsors, Skin Deep Tattoos, and that was really helpful for the guys. It's the first one they've really done as a team, and it helped us like iron out a lot of our mistakes that we used to do.
Oh, that's cool. Well, how has the map veto played out tonight for you guys? Are you happy with how the map selection has gone?
Yeah, we did a bit of research last night in our free time, and it's pretty much gone exactly what we wanted. Pretty much no differences.
Well, good luck for tonight's matches.
Thank you so much.
Well, there we go. We've heard it there, and there's a bit of confidence coming through from SYF there, Dion.
Yeah, so Genuine, you know, happy with the map picks. We haven't seen them just yet, so it'll be interesting to see what will be able to come up on top of that. But one thing I want to touch upon again, you know, we've seen Genuine play SYF. We've seen SYF tackle on the win. So will that map in Overpass be coming forward where, you know, 16-8, kind of a pretty big scoreline, all things considered? Will Genuine let that slide through and risk that coming out to play? Have they done the research on that, and are they feeling comfortable, as Oxy has mentioned?
Yeah, well, I mean, they do seem to mention, you know, that they are pretty comfortable with their picks there tonight. And, you know, in the boot camp, you know, that's going to probably obviously play, you know, a big factor in their confidence tonight.
Yeah, all the boys coming from Sydney together, having that big long boot camp there. There should be no really confusion between the players on what's going to happen with this. Let them play their game. Let them showcase what they're capable of and how they're going to go the best way about it to tackle SYF.
Well, I mean, now on the other hand, you know, we've obviously got SYF there. I mean, how do you think they're going to be feeling with their level tonight? But let's have a quick look at the roster. It's going to be Ino, it's going to be Luke, it's going to be Zeph, Badonka, and Herbs, with indeed their coach and the ex-player Kobe Wallace. So, I mean, these guys, how do you think they're feeling this evening?
So coming into this, you know, we saw the bit of a shaky win over Ground Zero. It really did take it right down to the ending. We saw overtime in the first map. We saw a pretty clean second map in that semi-final for Ground Zero. But then the last map in Nuke, you know, back and forth into the double overtime where SYF finally did take out the win. So as I did want to mention as well, Zeph, he will definitely be the one to watch out for in this game. Taking on that in-game leader role, he will be able to give you know, that loose AWP role to really forward what he can do with that weapon.
Well, we do indeed have Chris standing by with Kobe. So, Chris, let's see what Kobe's got to say about the SYF boys.
Zerts, are you happy with the boys tonight? Are the lads going to be giving it all, and are you prepared?
Yeah, the boys are definitely keen. They've come in as the underdogs, and I think that's the way we want to see it. We're coming with nothing to lose. Pretty new side put together with Zeph jumping on board, coming from Order, which is good. Brought some experience and some youth back to the side, which is, I think, what the boys really needed. And it's obviously proven to work. So, yeah, we're keen to get stuck into it and just show what we got.
Well, that's good to hear. And this map veto tonight, I mean, you happy with how the maps have played out? What you expected?
To be honest, no, we didn't think they were going to select Nuke as a map, so that's fallen into our hands. We really thought that could potentially be a veto for them. So we're stoked to get CC's side on Nuke, and we're really confident. So yeah, no, it's really good, falling into place.
That's brilliant. Well, best of luck for tonight and in the grand final match.
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, very interesting to hear Zerts there talk about, you know, the youth and experience there that Zeph brings to the team. I mean, those two things, you know, they almost counteract each other. What do you think the difference is between, you know, youth and experience when it comes to playing Counter-Strike?
Taking it into Zeph's example specifically, coming from Order, you know, a team that's really sanctioned in its experience, and then Zeph, you know, when you think of Zeph, you do think, you know, a young lad, right? So yes, they mentioned counter-activity, but Zeph is able to really sanction those two things together, and it doesn't really showcase in a game. You wouldn't think if you were coming on the outside of this, not knowing who Zeph is, that he's kind of someone, you know, who's young, who has a bit of experience. You'd expect him to be sort of on the older scale, but no, you don't really see that. So it's very interesting when you couple those two words together, and then touching on the fact that, you know, a bit of a shaky roster, Zeph coming in, being the glue to piece them together and really find where everyone can fit. It will be very, very good to see how SYF are going to tackle this.
Yeah, so I mean, these are the things that I find really interesting is because, like, you know, back in my heyday, the majority of players were a lot older. You know, age and experience were definitely more key rather than, you know, having a youthful, you know, really sort of quick reactions, sharp player. Whereas now you see more and more and more of these young guys coming through because almost like a lot of that experience and the skill that comes with, you know, experience of playing the game can just be passed on through coaching.
Yeah, so coming from coaching, you know, Zertz, he's been with the boys for a little bit. He knows the mindset. He knows exactly how they play. And now able to transition that information over to Zeph and let Zeph sort of control the way that SYF are going to play out these matches. It is really going to be interesting to see not only how Zeph can coordinate the boys, but also how Zertz will be able to see it from that third-person view.
Well, I mean, that's one thing with this SYF squad, right? They are quite a lot older than the Genuine Gaming guys, but when I talk about these two squads, I think Genuine Gaming's the experienced squad out of the two, and the reason I say that is because they played together with each other for longer.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question, is that cohesion and that, you know, that chemistry of the team. You know, how much more important is that, or less important than, say, you know, having just young, sharp, you know, good players?
It is so important. I mean, this is what other teams within our region need to be looking at. They're evidence that this can be done, that you can break into the top region of our teams by just sticking together and focusing on the tactics and strategy and that synergy between teams and players.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other interesting thing about, you know, seeing Zertz obviously move to that coaching role. But I mean, first up, you know we're going into Overpass. What are you guys' thoughts here on, you know, going into Overpass?
So Overpass, it's actually my favourite map. I did want to touch upon the point that Genuine, you know, their sort of instant veto is Dust 2, right? So coming into Overpass and them having previously lost to SYF, there was sort of the mindscape of, will they let, you know, Overpass slide through and probably be picked by SYF, or will they ban it and forgo that Dust 2 veto and then possibly see that come up, you know, a little bit of trickiness? They've gone for the sort of their genuine pick, sort of, to speak, in vetoing out Dust 2, then seeing Overpass.
I was really fond of Zertz's response in the interview about Newt coming out and coming into play for them. He was so positive about it, wasn't he? So, I mean, that's on their side. He must be pretty happy about Overpass being played as well. So, here we are.
Well, we're about to get underway. First game of the evening. Komodo and Wayfarer, take us away, boys. Overpass, let's go.
Let's go, boys. Well, the CT players are just anchoring one on the ace side, pushing toilets at this point, trying to get information on Fountain. He drops off that line, quickly falls back to the site. They obviously have a fallback plan for this information.
Yeah, SYF, they're pushing straight up through long of A, trying to see what they can find so far. You expect kind of a bit of a waterfall approach to come here, straight down through the bathrooms, then down through the connector onto B. Will be interesting to see if they switch it up and still lurk around towards A. You can see no sort of exchanging of fire come out too far into this one just yet. A little bit of utility still for both sides, but coming in toward this A bomb site, this is where the action is going to start to come forward.
But the T-side players have come onto the A site so quickly. They've got a smoke up and the bomb is going down. That's a 5v4 in their favour at this point, but those nades are doing great damage. The counter plays are coming in.
Unlucky that they didn't actually get herbs on the back of that. 2 grenades onto the default plant spot. You generally see that being a sort of a denial of the plant, but luckily for SYF, they're able to get that. And Zeph, he's got another one in the round, looking for more. He's got information on 2, can't quite get it though. 3v4 herbs still low, keep that in mind, but there is a kit for Skull as well. Trades going out left, right, and center. He's on the bomb. Will he be able to get it? 2v2 coming in from the sides, but no, it's denied. Will the defuse come out? Yes, it will. Genuine Gaming getting that first round on the the board.
That was beautiful play from SYF though. The pressure, the utility from Genuine is just so classy. That smoke to come down to stick with the defuse. I mean, it was fantastic work from the CT players to make all their shots as well. I really liked what SYF were offering in terms of the afterplant scenario. They did everything right. The players with low HP even stepped up and made frags as well. But Genuine Gaming, they came out, they've got the round lead.
On the back of the bomb plant as well, SYF, they'll be able to half buy into this. You see 5 sets of Deagles, a little bit of Kevlar to back it up as well. They'll have those AK-47s in the next round, of course. But Genuine, they'll be the ones with the weaponry in this one. See that Scout on stat, that'll look to do a bit of the tag damage and then let those MP9s finish it up. Looking towards B site as well as SYF starting to encroach upon this position.
He's just looking for an opportunity here. Keep me, I want that headshot. He's clearly going for it, but the utility is doing fantastic work at delaying that opportunity to get that kill, but here he is just trying to make a play for his teammates. They're waiting, pushing, advancing across the map. These CT players, they look ready for it.
The bomb down as well, so that will need to get picked up by the SYF members before they go towards their final destination, their final bomb site of choice. It's also good to see that there's still a little bit of utility for Genuine in this later stage of the round, as Apokdud will pick up Zeph. So the hard hitter of SYF already taken out. Now he'll take a little bit of a back seat, see how he can coordinate his players to try and get back on into this one. You know, there's still a very good breathable amount of time, but Herbs, he's taken down to 2 HP. What will they be able to counteract with this?
Well, I like with Apokdud with his range on the M4A1. Picking up that early frag was really nice. It's really smart. He's in a position as well where if he does get picked off by that Deagle, the T-side players aren't going to be able to advance and pick it up. So they're playing the game smart. They're not giving an opportunity for these T-side players to get better equipped and get into the round. And a defensive setup from Genuine Gaming is really playing in their favour right now.
There's 10 seconds as well on this defensive B bomb site. As that bomb starts to come on in, it'll look to get planted and just can't quite connect his Jinx. He's going to keep looking around this bridge position, see if he can finish it off, but it's going to be Maker. Collection of the 2 for the heads of the USP, putting Genuine onto that second round on the board. But SYF, you know, disregard almost those 2 rounds. We're going to be seeing these AK-47s start to become present.
That's right. We're going to see some action shortly. That's for sure. It's going to be utility and guns and rifles all coming out into play, and we're going to see the best tactics from both of these teams. Now, I really like Genuine, and I like just seeing Maker make those last 2 kills. He's a player that we've been able to follow throughout the last 6 months. He's a player that stepped up, and he's been lifting all the time. He could be a big-time player for the squad tonight.
He's definitely put in the effort and to get a real fighting force for Genuine. So if he's able to showcase to us what he is really made of in this game, don't count out his stats, because yes, he might not get a few frags on the board, hoping that we do, of course.
Yeah, but get into a play. He manages to take out 1 player. I thought he was going to get the double, but he did some good damage on Skull as well.
And unlucky enough, Maker, the one we're talking about, to fall as well. But nevertheless, that is the aggression starting to come out for SYF. There is 1 trade on the board, looking for an early pre-fire though. Ecol can't quite connect upon that one. A minute to go on the clock as the utility starting to be present for Genuine Gaming, but there is still enough in this round to justify a hold on these bomb sites, to justify a rotation if SYF want to go back up toward that A bomb site.
Yes, well, these T-side players, they're just sort of getting in advanced positions and trying to play off the information at this stage, and they haven't yet regrouped. The time is starting to run low. I would start to think about getting these players together. The CT players playing a 2v2 split on both bomb sites, holding quite advanced lines as well. I'm quite confident about these holds.
Yeah, with the utility that is down now as well, they're going to really have to rely on these rifles coming into the later 20 seconds as SYF start to make their engagement on towards the bomb site. Ecol getting the first on toward Jinx. Trades come out though, but SYF starting to push really aggressive in toward this bomb site. The bomb to go down, going over into that 40-second mark. We've got Stat and Skull, a 2v3 retake. Make that a 2v2 as Skull finds Herbs.
Well, the molly comes down to the bomb. No, but it's cutting off Skull's line, getting onto the bomb site, so he's not going to be able to advance at this point. He picked up an early frag, he's taken down again. It's a 1v2 situation, and now a 1v1. This is tight. This is 1v1 material. This is what grand finals, this is the make or break of these situations.
Badonka is so calm in these retakes, and you can just see that, not really retakes, sorry, holds. You can just see how calm he is with that. Peeking at the right moment, you know, the fake bomb defusal to try to come out, but Badonka, he's aware of what's happening. The wide swing to come out, catch CT off guard, secure the round for his team.
He played really well. His movement was subtle but effective. and he wasn't too worried about that bomb being defused. So I like to see that from SYF. That's an early round for them on the board, and a good one to see.
Indeed, and it's also put Genuine Gaming onto these downgrade pistols at the moment. You can see the 5.7, the P250, the Desert Eagle as well, but what they're really looking for here is just get this round over and done with.
Oh, Zeph opening up the B site straight away. That's what you want to see from the star player of SYF.
Just eliminating the head of Maker straight away, and soon before that as well, little do you know, it is just Stat. He's left the last alive. 1v5 Desert Eagle, position found by Ecol, traded out in the end. 2-2, all even scoreline, but hey, we're going to see these rifles start to come out for the CTs, but what I want to notice is, will there be an AWP this early on in the game in the hands of APOC?
I think so. I think definitely, right? On overpass, or the AWP is one of the most effective CT rifles in the game, especially advancing on the setup. But we still don't see the AWP. That's costly. I'm not too sure if that's a good move, but I mean, broken economy, obviously they've got another plan here in store for it.
He doesn't have too much of that money to just justify the AWP at this point. 4 pieces of utility seeming to be the call from APOC. It's really going to see what he can prove in this round. You know, he doesn't have those long lines of sight with the AWP. And as you did mention as well, the economy situation right now, Stat's got the MP9, Skull has the FAMAS. But on the flip side, SYF, there's still 2 Galils in contention. And speaking of Galil, Ekal with one of his own taking out the leader in APOC.
The trade was there, make it. Fantastic work there, but there's still a man down. Back and forth we go, CT for T. How will this round play out? It's now a 2v3 with the bomb going down. T-side players already shifting towards that connector.
It is just Skull and Maker as well, going over to this B bomb site. The last bomb site for this round at least. Still a little bit of utility in the hands of Maker. The flash to get into the bomb site, but denied. Zeph, aware of the situation that is at hand, will Maker choose, save this Kevlar, save the utility, save the M4A4 into the next round. He is going to find Eno in the contention. That will be the retreat as well. So we're looking likely to see SYF take the lead here, 3-2. This rifle, it hopefully gets saved over into the next round, and could be seeing a little bit of pistol action from Genuine, banking on the fact that Maker can maybe pave the way in the next round with this M4A4.
It's a good save. He's in a position where he's going to keep that. But I think it was a big mistake that they haven't gone for the AWP on the CT side on overpass as early as possible. I think with the lines, with the pick and run, the pick and fall back lines that are on offer for overpass, I think it can really slow down the advancing T-side players and put the trades into your favor. And there's just so many that you can pick up. You can pick up Monster, you can rush Connector, you can pick up Fountain and pick up all these great frags. And to not see that come into play early on, I think it's a mistake. It could be a pressure of APOC having to be the AWP and the IGL in a grand final situation. These added pressures of playing on LAN, it complicates things.
Yeah, especially as well that so early in the stage of this map, Genuine, they're not sure how SYF are really tackling this at the moment. So positioning something like an AWP early in this stage, yes, it can be a big benefactor to try and get these rounds, but if you do lose that, that gives it in toward SYF's hands, and they know that you're not going to be able to come up with one in the next round. They're just going to storm right on through, and in this one at least, you know, he's able to pick up the AWP of his own. So previously the IGL for SYF, we saw him tackle a similar situation that APOC is faced with right now. That in-game leader AWP combo does mean that, you know, he's now able to play a lot more flexible with that AWP as Zeph has taken the reins.
It'd be interesting to see how it plays out on this T side on overpass as well. I am a big fan of the CT AWP, but the T side AWP is it's difficult to come into play. We see how he makes it work, but here we are seeing a T side stack going towards long A, towards that bomb site, and they have a clear passage at this stage.
Yeah, 1 minute to go on the clock. Nothing really being seen at B, and this is the correct call for Genuine to try to hold off this force coming in from SYF. Maker playing for the Optimus truck. He is kind of stuck at the moment as the frag starting to collect both sides, but the whiff from Maker can't quite put that M4 into work, and the bomb not yet planted. It is Zeph to find his second frag in the round. It is just APOC and Jinx, but Zeph definitely is making the work come forward. APOC, the last alive for Genuine Gaming. He's got that Desert Eagle in hand, but to find 4 players, that'll be a tall task to ask.
Zeph is alert. He's on fire. He made the all-important frag of taking down Maker with the M4A1 as well. And it's good to see that the star player of this squad is really stepping up early on in the LAN finals. That's what you want to see. Energy, he's just making all the right plays at this point. And Stat, who is actually a really important player for Genuine Gaming at this point, doesn't have a frag.
He doesn't have frag at the moment, but I'm sure we're going to see some come into full effect later. Not really seeing any lines of sight onto SYF, given the added utility and the weaponry that he has at his disposal at the moment. But Apoc Dud taking the aggressive position over towards Fountain, not spotting out any of the SYF members just yet. That's going to opt for the retreat and maybe see a rotation for Genuine down toward that B bomb site. You can hear the raining fire from those AKs outside Monster, and from that little radar, we can see that all 5 members of SYF are over at that B bomb site, and look at the utility come out. You see Jinx is actually the one to just mow down 2 of them, and this really puts a hole in SYF's aggression right now.
Wow, no map control either. That's good defense from the CT players. And Apoc Dud hasn't really come into play with his AWP because he has not faced anything but a strong CT hold at this stage. They've got full map control, they've got control of both bomb sites, and they're just waiting for these remaining T-side players who have no options. They have limited options to be able to advance to this stage. And another frag for Jinx. That's 3 this round. He has been so crucial.
Definitely indeed, and Apoc Dud as well. I mentioned earlier, I saw that he still had 10 bullets in that clip, so it hadn't revealed its position just yet. But on the back of that, Apoc Dud's AWP rather, will get the better of Inno, the resident AWP of SYF. And the Herbs, the last alive, will be spotted out by Jinx, who is looking a bit hungry for the 4K, and he will be granted it.
Well, we saw the full buy from the CT players here, with the AWP into play, with the full utility, the M4s, and not many orgs at this point.
No, you know, with the new meta that has been released in CSGO and the change to that weapon, you tend to see it a lot less. It's more favoured towards that M4A4 nowadays, yet again, as we saw be a reigning meta for so long.
It's been a crazy 6 months. It's been a crazy 6 months, that's for sure.
You can see the AKs as well. Stat and Jinx, what will they be able to do with these upgraded weapons? SYF, they have purchased on in and straight and through. Apoc Dud blinded off the mark. Herbs can't. Well, Herbs, sorry, does get the better of Jinx in that one. Just blinded off the mark. Still, what will Genuine be able to retrace in toward this round? Apoc Dud tagged at 55 HP, but will we see a swing come out from Connector? Maybe catch a couple of these SYF players off guard. There is now Zeph currently looking over for that flank, and it will make its mark. Maker on 2. Top in the scale for Genuine. They got the man advantage.
Oh, that's beautiful work. And the City players, they're just falling back. They're utilising the situation. They've got the number advantage at the moment, and they're going to close out these tight angles. Apoc Dud with the AWP against a B push. Nice work. Shuts down the bomb. The Monster players are advancing quickly, but he manages to stay alive. He's keeping his lines tight. Oh, tough loss there. And another pick up. Skell's got to make the balance back in their favour.
Just can't quite collect on those shots either. You can see Benonka and Eco, the last 2 alive, kind of aware of where Stat is coming from as well. You can see him just kind of creeping up through short, playing behind those sandbags, but with 30 seconds to go and, well, Stat to fall now to Benonka. This is all going to be on Skull. There is no utility. There is no kit in hand. He's going to have to take these fights nice and dry, but will he be aware of the player behind him? No, he's just going to walk him back. Are we going to actually see a knife here, possibly?
Is the other player, is he even looking?
No.
He hasn't seen him. He's completely missed him. He hasn't seen him. Oh, he's in a position to counter. He tries, but Zonka, oh my gosh, looking away the entire time. That could have ended so badly, but a nice position nonetheless. Another round in their favour.
Yeah, he's looking at heaven, I presume, the whole time. Just letting Skull kind of walk on by. It does get the trade in the end, at least, to gather the round for SYF, but that could have been undone very quickly if Skull saw Benonka first. If he disciplined a little bit of trigger discipline.
I'm pretty sure that was a 4v2 situation as well with the T-side players. They had the bomb down. They didn't have the bomb in the position where they were holding it. Yeah, that was a tough loss for the Genuine Gaming lads.
Yeah, now coming into the next one as well, a bit of a sticky situation. You can see Stat, he's down on the MP9. Also, Apoc Dud, he's forgone armor to get that AWP, something that I might have thought possible in those early stages. And now also, on the back of Skull dropping down, we should see Genuine kind of reassess and reshuffle their players in this round to really try and get a few of these frags, try to equalize it up. There is still a very wide, breathable amount of time in this round, but a couple of pieces of utility and SYF starting to push these CTs off their mark. What will they be able to do to hold off these bomb sites?
So far, we've seen a couple of crucial misses from Apoc Dud. I'd like to be able to see him making those shots later in this matchup because they're going to need it. They need every single bullet to count. 5-3. SYF has really taken ownership of that connector as well, and the T-side players are setting up for a fast attack onto the A bomb site, advancing through toilet so quickly. They're touching onto the bomb site right now, waiting for all those smokes to pop, taking out APOC Duck completely. He has no vision. He cannot help his teammate at all.
Jinx to fall as well. The rotation's starting to come around for Genuine Gaming, but with that bomb down, also SYF taking the head straight off Maker. It is just APOC Dud, AWP, taken out by the flank in Luke in the end. SYF, and playing these rounds pretty much up to scratch right now, able to collect upon where Genuine Gaming are playing, how to really, you know, pinch them in the side and say, hey, we're kind of taking these rounds away from you. What are you going to be able to showcase back to us?
Genuine Gaming, I mean, they're on the back foot right now. They're feeling the pressure. SYF, they're sort of coming into this tournament as the underdog. Zert's on the back foot, you know, behind these guys, just giving them information. And he's got a lot of energy. I mean, I've seen his Twitch streams. He's a character. He's going to be helping these guys and raising their confidence all the time. And yeah, his presence on land is probably helping these guys right now.
Yeah, you'll be able to keep them, you know, calm, collected, trying to come in on top of these rounds, keep the ball rolling, so to speak. And speaking about little spherical objects, Genuine Gaming, they've got 4 grenades still in hand. Could see a bit of an airstrike to happen. Maker has deployed one early on, so that won't be the case. It would have been very nice to see a bombardment of sorts down towards the entrance from T, you know, those stairs that kind of come out into the open air fountain. Just bombard all those grenades over, trying to catch a player off guard, or 2, hopefully, but not the case just yet, as they are using these grenades very sparingly. ZEF taken down to 20 HP and cut away by Stat, just not able to capitalize on a frag.
Slow and steady from the SYF boys. They are not making a mistake. They are not giving away any information, and ZEF is able to get out of that tight situation with that AK-47. Beautiful pickups from the T-side players on the A-bomb site. It's good work from them, and they're advancing on all positions at this stage. They have complete control of that bomb site now.
Stat also to find one pick on the flank. Will reveal his position, locked down by ZEF, surviving on 2 HP nonetheless. And another round gathered by SYF on their map pick, steadily leading over towards dominating this half. We're
seeing ZEF make his presence known. It's also in third person, where in his teammate's shoes, you can sort of see him just aware of all the positions that he needs to be checking. He's clearing all the right spots. He's aware of where the CT players could be adding pressure onto them. He's got that game sense. He's been taught that from order. He's bringing it to the squad, and it's really paying dividends in the progression. And a beautiful frag here to take out APOC Dud. Orb versus Orb, the trade-off has gone in the SYS favour.
Yeah, unlike last time where APOC Dud got the better of Inno, and here's the role reversal this time, leading for that main advantage on toward SYF. Will also lead a little bit of a hole in Genuine's defenses. They have transitioned 2 players very heavily up towards this forward long position. I've been Maker taking point behind the rock, seeing if any of these SYF members can peek on through, but Jinx to fall over at that B bomb site by Eco will lead for Genuine to force on through. Maker taking out that AWP, can't quite find the second, but 3 players staring down the barrel of Skull's M4. It will be him falling, but only after him finding 1. And yet again, similar situation, Stat, the last alive for Genuine.
He is a late game player for this squad as well, and he's good at closing out these rounds, but with no map awareness at all, unable to locate these T-side players, it's a tight situation to be in. I mean, these T-side players should be able to close out this round every single time. And at the moment, the T-side players are taking it slow and steady, making sure that they aren't getting caught out and getting that information. A 1v1 there, and Luke comes out. Yeah, big one.
Not mistaken there as well. I'm pretty sure Luke would have heard the squeaky door open and just take that corner through the party very slowly, very casually. See, just to make sure that he can find this this frag onto Stat, make sure he doesn't put it into a 1v2 situation where then Stat, you know, a 1v3, he's found the first staple to try and get in toward this retake. Going straight towards that bomb site, you know, take these 2 1v1 fights, possibly find that round for Genuine would be a little bit of a sticky situation that SYF would find themselves in. But at least this one, a bit clear and more cut. Coming up against the pistols, only Maker with that Kevlar to back it up, and this should be going SYF's way unless Genuine can really showcase something sneaky with these pistols. I want to try and take around a couple of these weapons from SYF, see what they can make of it.
So, going into tonight's matchup, who did you think was going to win this matchup?
So I was more slanted towards Genuine, you know, a real big staple in the whole season, just really taking charge. They only lost to SYF, as previously mentioned in the previous show.
Best of one as well, right? We're in best of 3 tonight, so we should see the top team come out on top. But is this how you thought Overpass would play out?
So I thought coming into this, you know, Genuine, Dust 2 their main pick, they will surely know that SYF are going to pick Overpass, and talked to Skull earlier on last week, and he mentioned that they hadn't shown what they were fully capable of on Overpass just yet. And you'd expect to see that maybe more on their T side, where SYF, you know, they're currently dominating. We did see last time 11-4 half for SYF. Almost looking like a real similar situation in this one.
I mean, this is a strong lead on the T side of Overpass, 9-3 up. I mean, at this point, I'd be favouring SYF to close it out. I do like the CT side on this map. I think both teams should have a formidable defence to hold out each other, but we're not seeing it from Genuine Gaming at all. And this is a strong lead from SYF.
Strong lead, yes, but they're now staring down the barrel of 2 AWPs for Genuine. That'll be APOC and Stat to pick them off. Also making a shining moment, Stat finding the AWPer of SYF so early.
That is a great call. I wonder if it was on him or on APOC. Now, sometimes bringing a secondary AWPer to the player that hasn't really been making their shots, not being in a position to make kills, putting them on with the AWP can really boost their confidence because they can pick up those point-and-click frags. And this might be what they need to be able to bring Stat into the game. Get warmed up and feel it.
I just love this defense to come out from the CTs right now. They're just deployed straight through bathrooms and connector to get these trades. Unfortunately for them, it is going presently in favour of SYF. It is APOC though, still lurking around in that connector with the AWP. If you look at these x-rays, he is kind of stuck right now. As soon as he opens that squeaky door, he's going to be looking down the barrel of one of these team members. Can't quite see who it is, but Jinx, he's looking for the power play moment. Will he be able to? He's caught him off.
Beautiful timing here from Jinx. The peak came at the perfect time. HP is working against the T-side players, but they have information on Jinx. They know his position, advancing onto the B-bomb side. They need to get the opening frag to stand a chance. Molly's coming down. The CT players, they're doing fantastic work, and Stat another kill with the AWP. He has stepped up. That is just what he needed. He's bringing these boys back into the game. I'd like to see it. Stat with the AWP. Nice work from that lad.
400% increase in the frags just yet. Is this what he actually needed to sort of step him in toward this game? You can see him, yeah, he's got the round and everything for his side, locking it down, but he still looks a little bit shaken on the back of that.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he'll be questioning it. He'll be feeling disappointed for the guys not to be able to come into this game earlier. And the thing is, one round does not win games. You need to be consistent. You need to play throughout. So hopefully he can pick up that consistency for the remaining rounds at this half.
Skull is also going to opt to back off his mark at the moment. He's taking a grenade to the feet, only tagging really for 30 damage. And Stat, another frag with that AWP. Nevertheless, to take Zeph out of the round. So the real big hitter for SYF already out at the moment. In XP, sort of leading the charge to Luke, and I was going to mention also taken out by Stat, really putting in the mark for this one.
Oh, this is beautiful. I love to see it. I love to see the underdog in the squad. I mean, the guy that's not performing really step up, and they're stepping up everywhere now with that opening frag. It's giving the CTs full control at this point. They're closing it out beautifully.
He's gotten the dink as well onto Badonka. The footsteps heard though, and the shadow revealed. So APOC Dud actually going to get the better of the mark on that one, leading it just into Herbs, bomb in hand. Single flashbang to better help him try to get in toward these bomb sites, but to find 4 players on the CT side, and now using that utility, revealing his position, at least gathering another smoke, so he could maybe deploy that towards Graffiti, maybe towards Heaven, see where he wants to try and get in. Could even deploy it straight on towards the bomb site, try to get in the plan, a little bit of extra cash for his side, but would the smarter option be here just to save?
If only he had the information we had. Right now, I mean, a quick advance onto the B through short, get the bomb plant, and then play the 1v4 after plant situation. If only he had that information at this point. But the CT players, they're sort of coming aware now. I mean, time is running down. He's got a smoke. He might be able to get the bomb up, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. That's 1 frag in the bank, 6 HP, time running low. Where's this kill coming from? Stat, once again, steps up. 9 rounds to 5. SYF holding out the lead. Stat with another 3K. That's 2 rounds on the board. They're looking good to close out this half with 6 rounds on the board. But here we are, going into the final round. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see just how the money situation will be for Genuine right now. You know, on the back of finding those few rounds, they should be very comfortable in the purchase. You should also see with the amount of money that SYF had banked up as well. The full buy to come on out. Supposedly there should be an AWP coming out onto Ino. Something you don't really see on Overpass too much is that double AWP setup though. But one thing I really want to touch upon, we saw in the last match of this one, the Krieg being purchased up a lot more by SYF. He was able to sort of tap away with that weapon. Haven't seen it in this one, so will it be coming forward more on Nuke for him to sort of roam around on outers? Only time will tell, and back onto this one at least. The double op setup proving to be a real staple for Genuine, then being able to put in the work with that weapon, and it will be present yet again.
Yeah, well, Stat, it looks like he's taking a balcony position at this stage. Hopefully he doesn't get caught out by Ino. He's in a key position to tap that head if he gets a chance, but I'm not too sure what's actually happening there, whether they had eyes on each other, but Stat drops from his key position here. Now, this is a little bit of a step back. We saw Stat get the opening frags here, and we're seeing the T-side players with a set execute onto the B side. They're advancing quickly as well. That ult is going to be out of play. This is a clever tactic from these lads.
Frags going in favour of, well, who can really see at this point? More health advantage toward Genuine, but now as the dust starts to settle, Stat finding the bomb through the smoke. That's going to be very hard now for Eno to try and recover it first, but then also try to figure out where the other member of the Genuine side currently is playing. Stat, or Skull rather, and APOC Dud. The last two remaining. Couple of pieces of utility. You see two smokes and a flashbang, but the time right now. Genuine can utilize the time to the best of its ability. Just wait for Eno to try to peek out and get this bomb, but peeking out a bit too early. Skull, is this kind of giving the way around to SYF?
Well, it's a 1v1 situation here with APOC on the AWP. He's got a little bit of utility. He's got a position. He knows he's behind the brick wall, the wood. Oh, that's frustrating. A 2v1 situation. The mistake was made with the peak on short. The T-side player just biding his time, waiting for that 1v1 situation, and he got it with cover as well. The teammate unable to trade him out. That's a good round for SYF. 10 rounds on the board.
Yeah, they got those double digits nice and early. Not 11-4, but 10-5 nevertheless. Still very good scoreline. Going into your CT side as well on Overpass. But let's go.
No delays here. We're straight into the second half. A 10-5 lead to SYF. This is a nice stack from the City players on the B side. It means they're not going to be advancing getting that early information, but they're going to hear it either way. Skull, though, able to get through so quickly. And he's just hesitating and playing the information.
He spotted out a player towards heaven and also up on that back boost. But SYF finding that first frag. Still, damage being collected for both sides right now. Jinx, he's taken down to 64, but more damage, so on and so forth, toward these SYF members. The Glock's starting to look to do this damage, but man advantage, SYF no longer. Jinx finding that frag onto Eno now, but I'm going to fall as well. Starting to go Genuine's way. They're going to find two more.
Well, the HP is so low on both teams at this stage. It's a 2v1 situation, but it's not really going in their favour, but they are able to close it out. Another round on the board for SYF. This could be an upset. This is huge from SYF. Wow. I mean, what a great lead for these guys. It's got to be so motivating. Yeah? Their energy must be through the roof right now, and it's such a great start to the match.
Yeah, able to come away with the half on your own map pick and then also getting that pistol round. It really does pave the way for SYF to find a few more rounds after this one. They'll be able to purchase up the submachine guns here. But Genuine Gaming, interesting to see that they've been opting to full-on force in toward this one. You see the armor being purchased up, some AK-47s, a bit of utility behind that as well. So the back on this one, those AK-47s have been dropped over from APOC and Maker towards Stat and Skull. Really paving the interest right here to see what they can do with them, but his head gets taken off.
That's a nice shot from Stat. This is the man that needs to step up, and he has been in these last few rounds. He gets the early frag with the AK, catches him off guard. That's an MP9 down, but that's a player in their favour. That outdoes everything. 5v4 situation. How are these T-side players going to advance across this map? They're very defensive at this point.
Yeah, they've also utilised time at the moment. We've still got just over that 1 minute mark, but 4 players with weapons in hand for SYF. It will be interesting to see how Apoc and Maker will go about this round. You know, they don't have the weapons, they don't have the armor. Put them on the back bend here, let these rifles go in, let the utility smoke out the bomb site, Molotov out these positions, try to catch SYF off guard. Now, Zef, he's lucky to get away with that one.
This is the man that you want to take down as well. That was a missed opportunity, but they came close. No damage done. But these nades are coming down for the T-side players. They're advancing onto the A site. Zef completely blind, but he's in a safe spot at this stage.
They're still making work on the bomb site.
Oh my gosh! He is just a magic man with that Famous right now. That was huge from him. Gets a 3K, does more damage than that. What a huge round from him.
Talk about above and beyond. You can just see the smile on his face right there at the start of that clip. You know, putting in the work with that Famous, finding the 3K, shutting down the push from Genuine, you know, denying their force by the AKs. They're going to be on Glocks or potentially Glocks. They're going to have a few Desert Eagles in this one. It's not going to be, you know, 5 Glocks as we might see sometimes in a match of Counter-Strike. But something I want to touch on right now, Badonka, he's got an XM in hand.
I'm just... That is the main objective of Genuine Gaming right now. They need to shut down Zef throughout this match. And it's how they're going to be able to win this game. But he gets another kill, he gets a second as well. Owen unable to trade him, he picks up a third, switches to the USP, he's looking to close it out. He wants these multi-frags, his confidence is going high. Oh, but Apoc did. He manages to pick up one. That's not too bad. That's all right, but it's not going to be closing out this round.
There's that XM as well that I mentioned previously, just farming in that money for Badonka. Does he really need it at this moment, though? He's still got a wide range in the piggy bank, so he'll be able to drop that one over, potentially get himself a rifle in hand. Not sure if it's going to be an AUG. We see Luke purchase one up, but he's actually going to opt to keep that XM and got him a frag in the last round. So why not? You know, put in a position such as short on B, catch a couple of these T-sided players off guard, just deny the AK-47 at that close range, close quarters action, and well, SYF, they're 3 rounds away from closing this out, and we'd expect to see Genuine to try and slow this one down, not take it too fast, just give away a round, try to gain the information on what's happening, and as we can see what's happening, information starting to be collected by Zef.
Yes, a slow push here from Zef, just advancing. He's taking good map control here. He's in a good position. He does not get enough damage to be able to get the kill. The T-side players, that's going to help them in this position at this point.
Yeah, we got a man advantage for Genuine, and Zef feeling very comfortable to try and find the frags in this game, but so far, at least in this round, definitely going more in favour for Genuine. You can see Stat is already picked up 2. It is just leading down to Inno and to Badonka. This XM starting to look to put in the work towards Stat, able to annihilate him early, over towards that AK-47, and this is where things start to be a little bit tricky for Badonka. We can see that these members of Genuine starting to come towards the B bomb site. They got all these utility to set up the take on the bomb site, and Badonka playing behind this smoke, he will be looking to try and mow down a couple of these Genuine players and wait for Inno to then rotate over to better assist him at the site.
Smoke is fading, and they weren't ready for him, but they managed to pick up the frag anyway. But they are pushing onto the B side so quickly. Inno on the opposite side of the map is not going to be able to stand a chance, is looking to take the save straight away.
Yeah, you can see already he's just walking straight out towards long. He wants to take this M4 over in toward the next round. Better as well. A little bit of utility, that kit, you know, the Kevlar and the helmet. That is a big investment to come in toward the next round, where Luke and Zef, their money is really shot in the hole right now. They're sitting below 2,000, so coming on the back of this, a weapon can be dropped over, also now upgraded over to an AK-47. Better than the M4A4. There is 5 in contention play in this round right now. But Genuine, how many members are they going to give away with that AK-47?
Yeah, exactly. A few aspects of that round that I really liked was how Genuine Gaming came together after their advantage with their numbers. It's a 4v2 situation, and rather than being split, taking a hold across the map, they regrouped to take out Monster. They were in a situation where Badonka might have been able to pick up the first kill, but they had players there in a position to trade him out. So they played it smart, and this is a logical play that we see from Genuine Gaming time and time again. It's the smart decisions that these guys make that I think can benefit them later on in this match. But at this stage, it's the initial kills at the start of these rounds that are playing in SYF's favour, and they've got to shut down Zef. He's a key player, and Stat seems to be the man that's stepping up for Genuine Gaming tonight.
Yeah, key player over on SYF, Zef, definitely, and on the back of that, he's been granted the AK-47 in this round. You know, on that AWP as well, none for Genuine Gaming. So the long lines of sight definitely being granted to SYF in the early stages of this one. Still, a wide range of utility for both sides to better explore with. Herbs also being spotted out, taken down to half HP. It's great to come out from Stat, not collecting upon too much of the CT's health. Start to look on how this round is going to play out.
They're really looking for Stat to make a play here. They're trying to open up the round with him just having free roam, free space to be able to position himself to be able to pick up an early frag on one of these CT players. It's nice to see, but it's a reaction play, so they really got to hope that Stat doesn't get picked up here. But it looks like he's going to be relocating towards the A site, and it might be a taller push or an A split from these T-side players in just a matter of seconds.
It's good to see that Zeph falls back as well on the back of this information. We saw him get his head taken off in the last round nice and early, and that's really where Genuine started to capitalise upon that one. So now at least in him falling back down toward that A bomb site, he'll be there to defend it, and I say that rather. He's pushed up quite aggressive to short the resmoke to come out, but will he be able to hear these footsteps? See the players? No. The smoke a little bit too deep from his teammate, and that could be the play right now that could lead Genuine Gaming to find their 7th as they start to go on toward this A bomb site. Inno also to fall.
That's beautiful work from the T-side players, capitalising on these mistakes made from the CT players. At this stage in the round, I wouldn't say that SYF stand a chance. Could be another round on the board for Genuine Gaming, a 5v2 situation. 6 rounds on the board, it's going to be 7. This is exciting stuff to see Genuine staging a comeback. And it's really going well at this stage for the Genuine Gaming lads, but it's early days. I like what I've seen from SYF tonight. What will we see from them moving forward? Are we going to see a range of different strategies and tactics, or are we just going to see individuals making fortunate plays which are changing the momentum of the match?
Well, you'd hope to see a collection of both, right? You'd hope to see the power players come out from the individuals when needed, but then as well the collective plays from the team to really showcase that cohesion and talk about individuality right now. Ecol will be able to take off Skull in the end, but
outside of Zeph, who do we get our answers from? Who is the other player that's going to step up, that's going to lift in this grand final?
Well, to me, it's really between Inno and Luke, right? Inno on the AWP, but he's also able to make the work with the rifles when needed. And then Luke is just so sanctioned in that AK-47, in that M4A4, you know. Even, granted, being an AUG, if he wants to pick that up, put him in a position where he can get a line of sight, he can get a few frags, you know. A collection of 2 would really be a benefactor for SYF to sort of showcase and keep these rounds rolling. You know, their money will be in the bin for this round right now, so we should be seeing Genuine kind of take this one possibly a little bit aggressive, and it's actually looking like we might have a tech pause come out right now. So unsure what's happening. It is on APOC, Dud.
Well, I mean, communication is key here, so I hope it's not anything to do with his microphone, but but we have limited information at this stage to be able to relay that to you fans. But this has been a fantastic match so far, and a lot has been challenging Genuine Gaming leading up to it. You know, one of the things with Zeph as well is that he comes from the structured squad, and he comes from the structured squad, and now he's an SYF. I mean, who were SYF up until a few weeks ago? I very rarely saw them in the news, or we were seeing radical match results, and then Zeph comes into the picture, and this is transformed the squad completely. Everybody has stepped up. Everybody is lifting. I almost think it's a mental presence as well for these players playing with him to want to lift. They want to lift because they want to perform for Zeph. They want to be on his terms. They want him to stay with the squad rather than take on a big offer with another big top 4 team.
Yeah, it's interesting to see SYF. You know, they're kind of a team that wins silently. You know, they come out in the regular season in that 3rd place. They were 5-4-2 against, those against being 16-14 wins. Losses, rather, sorry. So you kind of see them on a little bit of a backbend there. You know, with Zeph coming in to replace Cookie, it kind of brought not so much as a mentor towards the rest of the team, but more of a player that they can look up to and who they want to trail behind to not let down, you know, with how sanctioned Zeph is with his experience in order and his in-game leader role, you know, coming in toward this one, giving SYF a little bit of that momentum, a little bit of that nudge to really step on up and showcase what they're able to do. It really is bettering SYF, and so far, you know, they're putting on a really good show.
And this is not what we want to see for the Genuine Gaming lads who are trying to stage a comeback, having technical difficulties. It's just going to halt their performance as well. So hopefully we can get these guys to back on the board and performing to their best. And we can see the frustration on his face, but it looks like everything's all go. Everything's fine there. He's getting a little bit cheery there, and hopefully we can see him back in the game and lift his performance.
Yeah, definitely. Being the in-game leader, you really need the communication. You need your in-game leader very calm, very collected, very on top of what's happening. And to have a technical problem come from the in-game leader, we don't know how many rounds previously that had been in effect, but at least for now, Genuine, with that being fixed, if there was something that was a little bit troubling in that regard, now would be the time to really put that foot on the gas and see how far they can drive.
Well, I mean, that's a tech pause, not a tack pause. We haven't seen a tack pause from either team so far, but it might just be what they needed. Early mollies here, both teams trying to take control of connector, and the CT players are taken down so quickly. Skull just destroying them with the UMP, looking for the third, and he gets it. Maker with the great positioning to bait, uses information from his teammate. A bit of a bait play there, but it works out in their favour, and these T-side players just advancing and taking full control at this stage. A confidence play from Genuine Gaming at this stage.
Yeah, with the amount of rounds that they did have previously collected, it has put SYF's money in the bin. So only these real pistols on the board. A nice little flick coming out from Stat to take Badonka out of the round, and leading just Herbs. It'll be really funny to see if he can get a pick with this Zeus. He's looking to see what he can do here. He doesn't have any Kevlar. He doesn't have any utility to back this up. So it'll be Genuine getting the 8th round. If he can find Maker, maybe take away this AK-47. We can see he's on 10 HP. So that'd be a really good turnout in the end. Skull Hunter.
Ooh,
he
I like
should be.
that
It's a pretty one, isn't it?
I like it. I like it.
He should be dropping over that UMP upgrade in toward an AK-47 next round, maybe even an AWP if he wants to drop it over April Guard. And speaking of Maker, low on HP, he'll be the one to take off Herbs in the end, transitioning us in toward the next round where SYF, the buy to be present.
You can judge a person by the knife that they use, or the knife that they like.
I have a default knife.
You have a default knife? Oh, mate, you know what that means? No. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
I was just making it up. I mean... well, I mean, one-on-one, let's go. Knife wars, let's go. I like the karambit, or the bayonet, the default bayonet.
Kind of like the Talon, the new
yeah.
karambit knife. Yeah, I like the way that the animation flips out.
Right.
Nice.
It's all about the animation. Yeah, the smooth grooves, especially after a headshot. But an opening frag from Badonka on the CT defense there, with the AUG stepping up into play. A 5v4 advantage. That's a good stuff for SYF on the CT half. 13-8.
Yeah, very much needed early pick as well. They don't have the utility to back them up in this round. It is very minimal. A couple of flashbangs, couple of smokes. So really only assistive utility that they will be able to be present in this round. Badonka also, kit in hand, that'll be a 5-second defusal possibility. If he doesn't drop it, is in an unrecoverable position, granted. But getting that man advantage, the clock tipping over under that minute mark, it will now start to put a little bit of pressure onto Genuine, starting to see what they can feel over at B. SYF haven't really given away too much more information on what's happening here, but if you notice as well, the bomb has managed to fly all the way over to the pillar, so really, Genuine don't have an out from the B bomb side.
Oh, they've got to get some opening frags, but the City players, they're countering everything at this stage. They're in a good position, not vulnerable. RBZ on 6 HP. The T-side players, fantastic work from them, but they're still one in water. They can cause a lot of hassle, but no, the T-side players City players getting mowed down at this point.
So the damage is being done over towards a couple of these Genuine players. You can see Maker falling, he was one of which. It is just Apokdud as well who is low. But pointing to favour right now, Stat and Jinx, they'll be the ones to really look for to deny this defuse to come out. The boost attempt, not going to come over onto Sandbags, but will it be expected from Zeph? He's peeking around the right time, but looking the wrong way. Also, Intel being spotted out, being taken out in the end. Genuine Gaming, they're starting to collect upon these rounds that really are needed for them to try to look comfortable to get back in toward this game.
Oh, they are looking comfortable now, aren't they? They are stepping up individually. They're making plays, they're making it happen. This is the confidence they need. I mean, I'm starting to feel for these lads. I mean, they probably aren't even looking at the round score right now. They're just looking at mowing down these rounds, raking up the kills, and they're just on a frag fest individually. I like to see it. They're making the right call. A fast advancement here into water. Approaching B short. This is a nice play. This is aggressive CT players on towards Fountain. They've got a great line, but a nice pickup from Skull. If only they had the information to advance quickly onto their bomb site. But no, the CT players advance Fountain. Maker is in a sitting position and manages to pick up another frag. This is nice map control from the T-side players.
It's interesting as well to see that SYF, given the fact that they're on these pistols, they didn't stack a bomb site and give that granted 50-50 percentage. Are they going to go to A? Are they going to go to B? Well, if they go towards us, yeah, we got the man defense here. We can see what we can pick up. If they're at the other bomb site, hey, try to get a little bit of a retake going. Maybe even if we have some Kevlar, try to save that in toward the next round. It'll be a little bit easier when we pick up all these rifles. We won't have to rebuy that, but in this one, it is just genuine gaming, you know, padding a little bit of the stats. They're coming up against these pistols. They're really weakened right now, especially Luke. He's only on 9 more HP, so it should be all 5 members of Genuine to survive.
Oh, what's a man to do? Fire out, broken dreams, shut down. Dig won a dream, but no HP. Nah, what are you going to do, mate? Would you have made that shot there?
Probably not.
No? I would have made it. And all of those Twitch fans out there, they would have made it as well. You know, make the magic happen. That's what it's all about. Make the magic happen. Yeah, the sound effects, that's what I'm all about. Well, Genuine Gaming, they're making it a match. They're making it a grand final. They are here to win 13-10. They are on a comeback and steamrolling SYF at this point.
That's being very aggressive here, going in, smoking out the Molotov to see what he can gather. But gathering information is what Inno is doing. I'm not sure if he spotted out T-side player playing toward backyard, but hey, he's retreated on the back of the AWP shot. So a little bit of information, a little bit of long control lost for SYF. But anyone can sort of collect upon this and start to go down towards long. They might have an entry in towards that A bomb site, set up a bit of a proper attack. We haven't seen a full execute come out from Genuine in quite a while, so it would be a nice point of change.
Yes, and Stat and Jinx, I mean, these are the two players for the T-sides. These are the two players for Genuine at this point who are just advancing and taking control towards the B bomb site. They're just getting that aggression towards either site, and it creates that freedom for their teammates to rotate and regroup and hit a bomb site. But I think the thing is that we haven't seen an execute from them because they've been picking up those early frags. If the CTs go on the back foot and play a lot more defensively, we might be able to see these players regroup and make it flush onto a bomb site in a 5v5 play. But at this page, it just hasn't really come out. But here we are seeing a 26-second push onto the B bomb site. 1-for-1 trade. Smoke is not landing where they need to be. 2v2 situation. Getting the bomb down. This is tight. CT players are split.
This flank as well coming in straight away from ZEF. He's already here. He knows exactly where one of these players on the C side have retreated into. He's just trying to see where the second one is. The flash to come out. APOC done spotted out, but pre-fire not good enough. It'll be APOC done reigning supreme in that one. Stat also to finish off Inno. We're only 2 rounds difference now.
Well, that's a clutch play as well from these two boys. The synergy between each other. It's an important frag on Zeph. APOC did 1 shot to make it, using the AWP like a shotgun. He closes it out. Stat in another late round play, makes another important frag. That's beautiful work from Genuine Gaming. SYF are definitely on the back foot. I would be concerned if I was in that room with those guys right now, if I'm their coach. Yeah, I'm feeling the heat right now. He's got to be able to bring something to these guys to lift them and get them back in the game.
We talked about getting back into the game. Zeph, he's been a real power play hitter for his...
Oh, Badonka. Later's head. That's important.
Stat will be a little bit unhappy with what happened there. But anyway, Zeph, what I was leading on toward before, he did start to do some play.
It's really coming into play now. 3v3, they got a lot of HP on Skull as well. He's got to be in a position where he doesn't lose his life, because that number advantage at this stage is, it's going to be effective getting onto that B bomb site. The T-side players are going to really have to use his life to be able to trade out and come out successful. Badonka.
He's got a really tight line of sight with that Desert Eagle, but he's got his teammate here for assistance. Doing the work so far. Ekal and Badonka shutting down every single member of Genuine. It is just Apoc Dub with the AWP, of course. He's going to switch over to the AK-47. He's coming up against these pistols. The AWP, you know, the single line of shot, if he misses that or gets baited out, these two other teammates, you know, on the SYF side, they're just going to push on right forward, really take advantage of how weak the AWP is against multiple targets. And
Well, 1v3 situation, and Apoc Dud manages to get a fast frag onto the bomb site. He doesn't fake the bomb plant, gets the bomb down. He's in a beautiful spot, but he gets shut down quickly. That Deagle headshot was huge. What a play. It was interesting to watch Apoc Dud. He went for the fake early towards connector that he was running back towards B, but the CT players weren't in a position to be able to hear him. Then he rotated back towards the A site, picks up the frag, gets the bomb down, but that over peak, cost him his life. One shot, he's down. That's a nice shot. Badonka, 2 Deagle kills that round, applying damage to a third player as well. He was huge. That early frag on stat was so important. SYF, they're back in the game, 14 rounds to 11.
Is this the last, well, the tech pause that we had? Zeph is still on 21 frags. He hasn't really been able to come out with anything on his CT side just yet. And talking about that, a very nice pick onto Jinx, but what I wanted to mention was Ekal. He's now also on 21 frags. Definitely been putting in the work in this matchup.
Well, how many kills did Zeph actually have in the first half?
I'm not quite sure on that one.
I'd like to have a look back at that at some point. But yes, here we are. Still in the game. 5v4 CT players, they have everything in their advantage at this stage. They've got the map control, they've got good side advantage, but what's crucial is they got the number advantage. They're sitting pretty. Here we are, slow and steady, just patiently waiting for that first mistake. Badonka with another important frag, sets up for the second, he makes it. The T-side players are on the back foot, Badonka goes for the third, he gets assistance from his teammate. That's a 4v1 situation, an impossible task from Maker. I'm not too sure, but he's got to make a play to make it happen. Can he be the man to do it?
He's also heard the footsteps from Badonka. So, Monster, keeping his sights very interested. He's got a little bit of a utility to try and help him get in towards this B bomb site in the end, but 3 CTs here and 30 seconds to go. It will be very hard for him to try and break on in toward this side, especially with these utilities starting to rain in his parade. He's been spotted out, he's been crossfired. Herbs to finish off the frag and put SYF on their map pick onto that 15th round, one more, and they could get the first map advantage in this series.
This is huge. I mean, both teams will be wanting this grand final win. It's such a, a glorious thing to have on the resume to prove, how much you have advanced and worked hard for these results. This is what they're after. This is the ultimate prize, and it's going to set them up for a future where they can apply themselves and get more sponsors backing them as well. It's a confidence moving forward. There's so much on the line in this grand final. It's not over yet. I mean, Genuine Gaming, this is a match. We've seen it tilt both ways. 15 to 11, 5 seconds. We're going into another round. This is tight.
Speaking of tight, the money situation right now, if Genuine do win this round, SYF will still have a purchase in the next round. So we could possibly be presented with 2 very hard-fought rounds from Genuine if they're to try to collect upon these ones. You see, Zeph, a nice advantageous position with also, finding that first pick onto stat. Now Zeph can't quite capitalise onto the 1-4 Maker, evening things up 4v4, but what will the CTs be able to do to try to collect upon this map? You see Jinx, he's got his sort of standard flash to come out through towards the A side. This is a very standard play that we've seen Genuine do previously on in the season. Collect upon a little bit of this established grounding and then eventually push on toward this bomb site. They previously like to do it around the 25-second mark with this set of utility. They only do have 2 smokes though. They generally like the 3rd one on this play from what I've seen, and with Inno peeking right on up, he's got a tag onto Apoc Dud. This is where it could all fall apart.
Ah, nicely done from Eno. He has stepped up. It's the corner round for the CT players. Jinx managing to pick up some ground for his teammates, advancing onto the A site. This is where all the action happens. That's a strategic smoke from the CT players here, but it could actually put them into trouble. They're in the same position. How can they come out? No, they fail. The T side players 3v1.
Herb's also coming in from the flank. Currently, his position overlooked. A nice grenade to finish off Apoc Dud. He should hear the footsteps as well from the flank to be possibly coming out, but no. It'll be Jinx to deny the retake chance from SYF. 12-15. And as I previously mentioned, Genuine Gaming, yes, they've won out that round, but the money situation for SYF, they're going to be coming up against a fully stacked squad yet again.
Very winnable round. It was nice to pick up that grenade kill as well. I mean, he definitely felt like he had a chance. Just caught out with that molly coming out of his hand and not being able to quick switch to that rifle too quick. So now here we are, 15-12. We've got a grand final in our hands. Genuine Gaming looking to be able to come back and force this game into overtime. SYF, they're hunting that first kill. I know, he's got it the last 2 rounds. Can he make another? That AWP in his hands, he's got the right gun to be able to do it.
He's holding a nice line of sight that would be very favourable if an enemy did walk into his crosshairs. You know, quickly retreat on back towards the A bomb site. Typically, he'd be backed up by Zeph as well, but with Snow Hunter starting to creep on up through the top of connector, these smokes to start to come off, it should force SYF back to a bit of a safer position and grant a bit more map control for Genuine. You can see that second smoke also deployed down towards short A. So starting to make the headroom toward this bomb site. A minute left on the clock. Still, a variable amount of utility. Get these smokes to blossom on this A bomb site. Start to connect upon their execute yet again. We could see Genuine, you know, get that 13th round and then really start to see how they can come back in toward this game. But Zeph, he's been a thorn in their side previously. He's got so much information right now. No one's currently this far up towards the site. If his position is overlooked, he could completely turn this round upside down.
Well, I doubt he's going to be able to do this against the Seaside players. No, it's TK! Oh, that's so crucial. Maker getting shot in the head by his teammate. That's a beautiful pickup for the CT players. This could spell trouble. This is the round. Ino gets taken out by the molly. The nades are coming in, but Donker stepping out with the AUG. A 1v3 situation. They will be so upset with the way that this round unfolded. SYF close out the first map. What a fantastic win from these guys. Genuine Gaming, they've got to be disappointed.
Yeah, especially on the back of Apoc Dud, you know, taking out his teammate in the back of that one. So very unfortunate in that last round there, just sort of pulled apart when it was so close to them on the comeback. But nevertheless, 16-12 in favour of SYF.
So yeah, SYF picking up the first game of tonight's grand final, best of 3, 16-12 over Genuine Gaming. And I mean, lads, did you see it going that way?
No. No, I didn't.
No.
I have been blown away by this FYF squad. Zeph's performance for the team as well. I mean, and not so much in the second half. What he staged in the first half, that momentum, that early lead, he was a massive game changer for the squad. And yeah, we're seeing so much from these boys.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, I couldn't have put that any better. You know, I've got some notes written down here when I was watching the game. You know, first half, Zeph, an absolute machine. But second half, you know, Luke just, well, I heard you guys both calling him Eckle before, you know. Is that what we're going with?
It's, you know, it's a bit of his alias, you know. Luke is his name, yeah, but Ecol in the game.
Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, him in the second half was absolutely astounding.
Yeah, I know late in that CT half as well with the AWP, picking up those early frags, it was crucial. And he got one of the players that was advancing late on that round as well. And he did get traded out by the molly, but important frags. He's making his shots, he's making a count, and players are stepping up.
Yeah, and I mean, in that first half there as well, I think something that was really interesting to note was, you know, Stat being super, super cold in that first half. And then when they flipped him onto that AWP, you know, he just came to life. And I was thinking, oh, here we go. Genuine Gaming going to be making the comeback. But, you know, it never really found its footing, I think.
For a bit of a time, it found a bit of its footing. You know, it started to come on through, but then when he didn't have that AWP, when they couldn't really afford it, it's when it sort of took the back step again. But finally, they got the ball rolling. You know, they were able to get it up to 12 rounds and crumbling at the seams in the end. Yeah, it was a really good fight from both sides. But SYF, their map pick, going in their favour. If Genuine do, you know, come back in Nuke, we've seen it be one of their favoured maps.
SYF have got to be happy.
Oh, definitely.
Got to be happy, right? I mean, the way that they led with their interview with Zertz fronting the squad on Nuke, he was very stoked to be able to get that match. He thought it was a genuine mistake.
That's Oh, stop it. Stop it. I was waiting all night for one of those. But, I mean, that's the thing for SYF at this stage. You know, they're very, very chuffed. You know, they got their overpass. You know, they picked themselves up their first win. But, you know, coming into Nuke now, if they keep up that intensity, that confidence, do you think that they're going to close this one out 2-0?
I mean, yeah, they're entitled to. They've stepped up in their first map. It was a huge performance. It's in their hands at this stage.
What do you reckon, Deal?
I'm going to have to deny that one. I think it's going to go into a map 3. Genuine Gaming, you know, Nuke, I've seen what they're able to do before. I personally like Nuke, you know.
Yeah.
It's a map that, you know, the verticality, it leads for a different style of CSGO. We don't care about Vertigo, really, with the big
Put that one in the bin. Chuck it in the bin.
Yeah, you know, Nuke, Genuine, if they can get that ball rolling, it could definitely put us into a third map. They wouldn't have picked it otherwise.
No, definitely. They'll be well prepared for this match.
Well, we'll find out who's more prepared for map number 2 after this quick break. We'll see you back.
Absolutely loving this.
The hunt begins. Scanning the area.
Champion double kill.
Zipline deployed. Sorry you died.
This is where it ends.
War is upon us,
They might have found another kill. Carly out of position.
and there will be no dialogue.
He's just beyond godlike. The words speak for themselves.
Show no mercy.
It's gonna be a wash as everyone is either dead or retreating.
And be relentless. Enlist for war.
Do you have what it takes
Tied up, they go for the 3 to win instead. Oh, yes!
to hoop against the best?
He's finding some points. He's finding some easy buckets.
Oh, ready!
We are on the search for the best bowlers across the country. Test your skill and see how you stack up against the strongest.
Karu green beams, and that is just crazy. All the way through. Oh.
Don't miss out on your chance to stand with the elite. Sign up now and let's play .live.
Test your limit. Drive with the fastest.
Through into the inside. Has he got it, McQueen? Will he block?
Take control.
And he gets it. Job done. Can he hold on to it?
Redefine speed.
It's a drag race to the finish.
Who's it going to be?
Fantastic racing. Look, he is pumped. He is absolutely stoked.
Be the fastest.
Let's Play Live brings you Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Siege. Enlist for battle, an engaging tactical and esports action. Test your skill and see how you stack up against the best. Don't miss your chance to stand with the elites. Sign up now and let's play .live.
Hell, it's about time. The hunt begins. Scanning the area.
Champion double kill.
Zipline deployed. Sorry you died.
This is where it ends.
War is upon us,
They might have found another kill. Carly out of position.
and there will be no dialogue.
He's just beyond godlike. The words speak for themselves.
Show no mercy.
It's going to be a wash as everyone is either dead or retreating.
And be relentless. Enlist for war.
Do you have what it takes
Tied up, they go for the 3 to win instead. Oh, yes!
to hoop against the best?
He's finding some points. He's finding some easy buckets.
Oh, ready!
We are on the search for the best bowlers across the country. Test your skill and see how you stack up against the strongest.
Karu green beams, and that is just crazy. All the way through. Oh.
Don't miss out on your chance to stand with the elite. Sign up now and let's play .live.
Test your limit. Drive with the fastest.
Through into the inside. Has he got it, McQueen? Will he block?
Take control.
And he gets it. Job done. Can he hold on to it?
Redefine speed.
It's a drag race to the finish.
Who's it going to be?
Fantastic racing. Look, he is pumped. He is absolutely stoked.
Be the fastest.
Lord, I am absolutely loving this. Welcome back to the LPL Pro CSGO ANZ Championship Grand Final, being broadcast to you live here from the Sky Tower here in the heart of Auckland. I am Dallas SKYCITY. Joining me is Dion Komodo Perrotta. Boom, nailed it. And my man Chris Wayfarer Davis. And we are indeed in the best of 3 series, watching Genuine Gaming take on SYF. And I mean, SYF kicking us off, first win in the best of 3, you know, coming into map number 2 now. What do we think here, boys?
Oh, a huge upset. I was really excited to see it turn out the way it did. It caught me by surprise. I thought Genuine Gaming would have come in tonight with a 2-0. And for SYF to step up the way they did, I mean, I knew Zeph was going to be a star caliber player for this team, and he wouldn't fret against Genuine Gaming. And then he showed his brilliance in that matchup, but so many of the other guys stepped up as well. It was a huge performance.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Zeph definitely one to watch out for. Ecol as well, Luke. He's stepping up when needed. SYF able to come away with their map pick 16-12. But now, of course, we're going over into the next map, which is Genuine's pick. So everything on the table for them. Will they be able to come back and even it up 1-1, or are they going to let it slip in their fingers and give SYF a bit of a 2-0?
Yeah, so I mean, that's one of the sort of interesting points we always talk about is, you know, that momentum and that feeling of confidence coming into this. And I mean, it is their map pick, Genuine Gaming, but, you know, coming off that loss against SYF, you know, how are they feeling and what do they need to do to, you know, get back on track?
Oh, good question. What do they need to be able to get back on track? I mean, I wish I had all those answers. I bet they wish they had the answers right now as well. I mean, this is a tough time to be in. They're on the back foot. The thing that I'm looking at with Nuke is that you can't really do a double AWP setup. Rotations have to be too quick on the CT side. T side, they have to be able to rotate and hit either side quite quickly after the pickup frags. So they're not going to be able to fall back onto that AWP setup.
Well, hey, never say never. You know, never say never.
Get the shotgun out, man.
Oh, but XM again, my man, Badonkadonk, man, throwing it round. Look at all that booty in the trunk. That guy was an absolute wizard there on Overpass. But Dion, what do you reckon? What do you reckon Genuine Gaming need to do now? You know, coming off that loss, you know, to get their mental straight.
So talking in the break, you know, what you mentioned, you want to see some more sneaky plays come out from Genuine. You know, you're lurking in the smoke, you're switching it up where it was a bit too almost straight down the track. You know, you knew where the train was going to go. You can't deviate off the track. Something Genuine need to be able to do in Nuke is really broaden the scale of what they're able to showcase with us. Take it off the rails, be a little bit more sneaky.
Well, that's one of the things, you know, SYF talked about how they'd been prepping. You know, Genuine Gaming, they'd done their boot camp, that's great, but it looked like they'd been focusing a little bit more on, you know, their own strategies, their own executes and their own defenses rather than, you know, reading into what SYF are doing. Whereas FYF, you're just throwing them, you know, for a curveball from time to time. And I think Nuke is one of those maps where, you know, if you play it too linear, you play it too predictably, you know, SYF are going to be completely ready for them.
Yeah, I think one of the things as well is that because Genuine Gaming are an established team, there's a lot more material to research on them as well. So counter strategy is coming into play. When Genuine Gaming are looking at this SYF lineup with Zeph, there's very little to be able to reflect on. He hasn't been in the squad for very long, and their strategies have likely changed considerably. So it's going to be a tough job for Genuine to be able to counter them, and they're relying a lot on default plays and strategies that they have worked against other teams in the past.
Well, one thing we didn't do before going into that match was actually talk about our predictions. And I mean, you just said before that you thought Genuine Gaming were going to be winning 2-0. So I mean, Dion, let's go to you really quickly. What do you think? Coming into Nuke, what do you think this is going to be like?
I still think it's going to be Genuine, taking it out the 2-1. Yeah, I had them pegged for a bit of a 2-0, but SYF certainly taking the fight to them. But I still feel Genuine their map pick coming into Nuke the 2-1.
I don't know, I'm a little bit on SYF's favour on Nuke, eh?
Well, it is indeed going to be map number 2. We are going to be getting right into Nuke in just a moment here, and to take us into that, it is indeed going to be Komodo and Wayfarer. Boys, take us away into map number 2.
Well, here we are on Nuke. We're going to see the CT players. What do we see on the CT side of Nuke? We see strong angles, defensive utility, stopping that aggression early. How are they going to combat outside? Are they going to allow them to be able to get control of unders? A lot of questions that we are yet to see. And here we are with the teams getting ready to go live.
Yeah, you generally see those AWPs being positioned out down towards ramp, towards garage, maybe even towards in secret, trying to catch off the T-sided players a little bit. But starting it off on the T side, it'll be Genuine Gaming, opting for a little bit of utility, so we should be seeing a nice set play to come out from them nice early on. Also, on the back of that, the smoke and the kit for that added 5-second defusal possibility.
Well, we've got 3 players defending the top site. 1 player defending ramp. The T-side players are advancing so quickly, but that second player, he's trying to defend it, but he's shut down so quick. The numbers game playing in T-side favour. Here we are, Zef trying to come into the play. He looks at the wrong time. Noise and players all around him. How can he open up? A mistake was made. 7 HP. How are these City players coming back into us? A nice pickup frag from Ino.
Yeah, just eating bullets straight in toward the face. Seemingly what everyone is doing at the moment. Also taken down toward 11 HP. It'll be Ecol to step up when needed to find that first one. But now, it is just, mentioned lastly, the last one alive. Taken out in the end. Genuine Gaming able to come away with that pistol round. 2 players surviving in the end. Also able to transition to those USBs because, why not? They'll be able to purchase up their submachine guns in this next coming round. Wouldn't be expecting to see an AK-47. Oh, well, actually, Jinx, you might be positioning that towards outers, maybe try something sneaky, but what I want to touch on, SYF, they're going to be purchasing back in full contention. They've got the Scout in Inno, they've got the MP9 in Herbs, and then a couple of Desert Eagles to see what they can flex upon as well.
That's a good early frag. He puts him onto 1 HP, but no, a second nade comes in and cleans it up. The Scout is doing work right now. Luke picks up a deagle as well. That's going in the CT side favour. This is huge from them. The early damage as well. Zep on the vents. The T side players are really struggling. This is so far a clean round.
Yeah, nothing really able to come out from Genuine just yet. It is just Jinx and Maker left the last 2. They've lost kind of all control on the map, so they will have to fight to try and get that back. You can see Maker just trying to clear some angles down in towards Hell. One CT spotted out, so that'll lead them straight in toward this A bomb site. Little do they know, it is currently not being defended by any CTs. So as soon as Jinx does try to plant this bomb, it will lead for a little bit of vulnerability for him. A minute left on the clock now, transition into 40 seconds, where the retake will start to come out from SYF.
City players are in all the angles at this moment. Another important frag from Maker. AK-47 in a tight corner. They're going to rely on Jinx to be able to get some frag. He manages to pick up 1, but both the players are taken down. It's unfortunate. That's a huge round for SYF. 1 for 1. They've got the defuse. Nice work from these lads. A good early start from SYF to bounce back from that pistol round.
Yeah, the justified force buy after losing that first pistol round, really, a little bit shaky it could have been, but getting those first tags out through outers, the wall of smoke's looking to be deployed by Genuine to get them down in towards secret, but denied by the Scout, and then the grenade to come off on the back of that really did get the foot nicely set for SYF, and then just playing the retake scenario perfectly, able to flesh out those last 2 Genuine players, get the defuse on, get the round win, and well, if it's anything to look back on toward this one, those grenades stacked that Genuine had, not able to find any points of damage. It'll be SYF to look to mow this one down.
And Badonka stepping out where he left off last map, picks up 3 kills as the T-side players advance towards Rap. It's a great start for the CT side team. And here we are seeing Luke trying to flank them. Jinx managing to pick up another frag with that M4 he picked up. Wow. 3v2 situation, low HP on the T-side players, but they've got 2 rifles in their hands now.
Yeah, less than 40 HP collectively, no armor to back it up as well. But the weapons that SYF do currently have, it won't really be able to put armor into a justifiability right now. Jinx, though.
Jinx just missed the cross, but he's just allowing the CT players to advance and make these mistakes. This puts them in a more favorable position. This is smart play from the T-side players. We've seen it happen a couple times, and often time is what is in your favor. People have this urge to pick up information and decide right now that I'm taking this into my hands, but no, Jinx has read that and he picks up a valuable frag. This round's not over. A very important round as well. 1 for 1. This can tilt the game in either of their favor, but this is a great play from them to be able to get tower control. They've got the high ground. They might even be able to get this plant.
Yeah,
as long as one of these players don't crater, that's tight as well. You always do get a little bit concerned. Might strike a little bit too far, but a fast play here in a 1v1 situation. Looking at that, he misses the frag. Zeph with the all-important kill, and he's going to get the defuse as well.
Yeah, SYF just sort of giving that free plant over to Genuine, just solidify where they're looking to go towards. That's being a little bit bannerous here.
Yeah, he's giving it to him, ain't he?
Yeah. SYF, they're able to get the second one on the board, carrying over that AK-47, and, well, Zeph, a little bit of BM on the back of that one, but will you be able to justify doing that in the next coming round? You're coming up against this full force that Genuine will be putting on display. You can also see Jinx, he's on 8 frags so far, definitely leading the scoreboard in the whole server.
Yeah, he has been tilting some of these rounds back into Genuine's favour. He's making an impact late in the round as well, but here we are with a 2-1 advantage in SYF's favour. SYF's favour. I know with another pickup frag with the AWP, he's been crucial so far throughout this match, starting where he left off on Nuke. A good kill from him.
Yeah, looking for the crossfires to come out for SYF as well, just to guarantee that they're getting these early picks. And with stat to fall, that will start to put a little bit more pressure on towards Genuine Gaming. How are they going to come back in toward this one? They're a man down on Nuke. You know, the verticality of this map can be very punishing if you're not able to get some grounding work to come in. And looking towards ramp, it'll be Badonka trying to lock it down. He's tagged Apoc Dud down to around 60 HP, but he hasn't been pushed off the mark just yet. He's still looking hungry for this fight. You can see with the X-ray being turned off that he will be forced back on the back of the flashbangs. He'll communicate over towards his teammates that, hey, I need a little bit of help. I've lost ramp control. What are Genuine doing? Well, what are they doing?
So they're sticking together and advancing across the map as a squad. They did this on Overpass as well. It seems to be their go-to strategy. They're playing that numbers game favourably in their hands and just trying to win those trade battles to have these tight encounters to set up these clutches for their teammates. And, you know, we have seen a lot from Jinx late in these rounds, but it's this early game that's got to play in their favour. And here they are executing onto the A side, managing to go 1 for 1. RBZ, he earns and gets another, but he's done fantastic work to pick up 3 frags on this bomb site. Aina, he's got an AWP up in heaven at this stage, and he's just waiting for his teammate to finish the flank. Apoc Dud, he's in and out of there. He's downstairs through the vents. He's going straight for the plant to build up that economy for his teammates.
Yeah, he's got very low time. You can just see half a second as well. He's able to get the bomb plant down. He's got the information on where Badonka is, but not enough ammo to finish off the remaining 2 coming from the same position. A very granted, well, attempt at doing so. However, SYF, they've been reading these plays. They've been locking down those holds on the A bomb site. Yeah, Genuine, you know, you got the little luck to get down towards B in the end, but the time, a big benefactor in the end there. If there was a little bit more time and he had a bit more ammunition in his rifle, you know, it could have been taken for a different approach from SYF, but luckily enough for them, they did get around.
Well, it's good teamwork as well to advance down towards that bomb site. I mean, they really put a lot of pressure on him. He got no opportunity to be able to get that clutch. Here we are, we're seeing the CT players advance outside, and they're facing these T-side players head on. These late blooming smokes are coming in, but they have all the information. Zeph here in a perfect position, setting up for the multi-kill scenario. Gets 2, but he doesn't nail the 3rd.
Jinx left on 20 HP. The last alive now as Ecal also collects upon 2. The grenade for the Kobe, not able to fully come out on top of it, but it will be the rifle to finish it off. The full house coming out between Luke and Zeph. And a very granted position from Zeph. He just kind of jumped on straight on top of the top red outside and outers, and it caught Genuine off guard.
He dealt with the situation. He read all the information that was given to him, and he positioned himself brilliantly. He picked up 2 quick frags, and he did enough damage to cause a lot of hectic chaos for these T-side players who were trying to get downstairs without any trouble. So nice work again from Zeph to deal with a tough situation.
All this commotion as well. Stat has managed to drop down in toward Vent down a lower B, but in the motion, he's also managed to find the pick onto Mako. You can just see Stat. It'll be very interesting to see what information he can find here, but Badonka, he's completely aware of what's happening and gets the better of him.
I really like the way Badonka is playing. He's been crucial in the defense for the CT team in the first half and in the second half. When he's dealt players in challenging his role, his position, he always comes out trumps. He's a fantastic player tonight and crucial in the defense for SYF.
Crucial indeed, as Zeph definitely putting in the long yards to find these picks and solidify that SYF, they're coming into Genuine's map with the strats, with the plays and with the aggression, even on the CT side, just to get the better of Genuine Gaming in these gunfights, it's seeming at the moment.
Yeah, I'd like Genuine to be able to step up somewhere. For example, just in that last 1v1 challenge with the AWP, I'd like to see APOC making those shots just to boost confidence and to go out of the round with a kill. Stat is struggling again to start this half. He's got 0 kills. It's going to be a struggle for him to come into this half because he can't really go to the AWP because of the tight angles and support roles from their CT players. But a quick advancement towards A site has been shut down very quickly by the CT players. Maker playing the information that's in front of him but not surrounding him. And he gets shut down quite quickly. 1v3 situation, APOC third once again, the IG out with the Tech 9. You don't see that pulled out too often either. The meta's changed so considerably over the years. I remember when I used to buy that instead of rifles. Ooh, Tech 9, give it to me. Random headshots all over the place.
That was a bit before my day.
Oh yeah, mate. The CZ and the Tech 9, brilliant. Ooh, not anymore. But no, still 0 kills for Stat as well. A player that we needed to step up in the second half to see a challenge from Genuine Gaming. He's really failing to play it tonight. But 6-1 lead to SYF. We're seeing a fast execute from the T-side players shutting down some of these lines. But Ino, once again, Eno, whatever you say, he's got all the answers for this squad right now. And Maker, he's got to make a play right here. He's in a position where he's able to catch some of these CTs off, but he's got to be able to find them first. Zeph is also on the hunt as well because he's got some information that there could be a T-side player trying to cause havoc. But they bypass each other, unable to spot or locate where their positions are, and they're just clearing the lines at this stage.
That's actually more lucky for Zeph here. Not spotting out Maker, that gives him a very good position to deny what exactly is happening here on the B-bomb side. He's still looking around, seeing if he can catch any of these lurking Ts around, but picking out through bottom tunnels, he's able to find the first on towards Stat, and his teammates also collecting upon a few frags as well. Just APOC died, at least able to collect himself after switching to rifles. Very nice free fire onto Ino, but not expecting Herbs to also come from the same position. SYF have been playing their CT side of Nuke so well.
Oh, they've got all the momentum right now, haven't they? I mean, this is huge. We saw a huge lead for them in the first map. We're seeing it again in the second. This is massive. They have really stepped up for this grand final. We're seeing the best of this squad. And this is a bright future from these guys. I mean, they're riding it right now. I mean, people are going to be frustrated at home. This is not what anybody expected.
Yeah, definitely SYF being the underdogs. You would have expected most people's insight to lead in towards Genuine, but I would say after that first map, that'd be leading people on the edge of their seat. You know, what are SYF going to be able to showcase on Genuine's map? They really had a good fight on Overpass, but you know, coming into a map that Genuine were comfortable enough to pick as their favoured map, you know, what will SYF be able to progress with? And Genuine, at least, they're starting to make a little bit of headroom in this round. Stats gotten down towards Secret. A little bit of utility deployed, though. Not mistaken, that was 3 smokes in outers deployed. So they've only got the 1 left on APOC. They're going to have to look to take these fights towards Zeph, being the guardian of tunnels.
Oh, that's beautiful defense as well, picking up 2 kills. He's in a vulnerable spot as well where he could be counter-flashed, mollied, naded, but he manages to come out ahead anyway. Nice work from him. He's a good player and he's still stepping up in these tight situations. But here we are with Maker. We need to see him flank and make some kills in this position. He's in a position right now and he does with the flash assistance. He picks up a second as well. This could be a round in their favor. This could be what they need to get them back on the board. 7 rounds to 1. Genuine Gaming. 3-1 lead. Can this be it? It is. That's the second round on the board for Genuine Gaming. They're slow to start, but they haven't given away too much of a big lead just yet, so there's still lots of room for them to be able to come back into this game.
Yeah, the hardest thing for them right now will be able to collect upon the second round after winning that one. You can still see Jinx, leading the charge on 11 frags, but his teammates, they haven't really showcased anything dramatic in this match so far. We're used to seeing Skull pick the frags when needed, but you can substitute any of the players in for that. And speaking of Skull, he's got a nice bit of damage towards Zeph, but flashed off guard. What will Genuine be able to do? They're still being kept interested outside. If Zeph can find a frag here, or at least do enough damage to justify Genuine falling back, he could still be in a big fighting force in Outers. But SYF, they're going to give away the control of Outers to Genuine, and then see if they're going to opt for the same thing, go down towards Secret, try to come back in toward this one, as Inno now just off the mark.
And he almost timed that to perfection, but just missing that shot. He's trying to adjust at this point. They are. Zeph, he is just going for it. He's pushing all the lines. He's picking up frags wherever he can. On next to no HP as well. But Scour, he levels out the playing field. He takes down the AWP. T-side players at this point are just waiting for the CTs to make a mistake. Holding their ground, waiting for these angles and opportunities to pick out the CT players. 4v4, the HP is in their favor. They've got the AKs up. Maker catches another. A nice frag from him, and it looks like the bombs are going to be heading down unders. Looks like they're slowly advancing as well, so they're clearing and checking all their angles. But here we are, seeing them head back towards the top side.
You can see Maker on the flank as well. That's his second kill that he's found on the back of that one. Shut down in the end by Luke's 3-man spray down. What?
That is amazing. I can't believe he just managed to pull that out. A 1v1 situation at this point.
Yeah, Jinx just being kept interested at vents by Badonka, peeking up the head. Although Badonka is retreating around, Jinx has heard this. He's looking for the frag. It will be granted Genuine the third round if he can find it. But hey, don't count Badonka out just yet. He's got the flashbang, he's got the kit, but will he check his
Laters! Oh, that's a massive play from him. He has stepped up tonight. He is the clutch master. He has been an anchor for this team. Just wherever he is, he's stepping up to the challenge. Oh, the boys will be feeling that. That is what you want to see. But don't, just chill as whatever. Yep, we got this. I got this under control, lads.
You can see the look on his face at the end of that one. He's just so happy with himself that he's found that frag. SYF, they can't be taken over at the half now. They've gotten over that 7-round mark. They're coming into the next one. Yeah, granted, they've got an MP9 in Erds, but put in a position that they can still find, a 1 frag or enough damage to get a clean assist. Genuine Gaming, the way is a bit thin on this one.
Wow, how do you feel about Genuine Gaming coming back now? That's a big lead for SYF. I mean, this is tough from these lads. They're showing us what they're capable of. And another big frag from Ino. This is monstrous for these lads. They are all stepping up. It's not an individual at all. It's brilliance from the whole squad. 8 rounds to 2.
Yeah, Zeph, he's played this position before. It could technically be expected by Genuine right now. A bit of a default to look to come out from SYF. They've stacked their members across all extremities of Nuke at the moment. Try to gain enough information to justify rotate down to B, down to A. If it was any other map more than Nuke, I would say, yeah, gamble the fact on a quick early rotate. But being Nuke, the verticality, you don't really need to rotate straight off. And look at this position from Zeph. He's going to look to drop down. That'll reveal his position, but not aware that Stat has already made his way in toward Garage. A very punishing frag for SYF.
Puts them back into the game as well, but Badonka's stepping up for another kill. It's now a 4v3 situation with 36 seconds on the clock. The T-side players have no real map control, and they're going to have a big job ahead of them trying to advance onto the side. But Stat on the lurk. He's picked up a second frag for the round. Luke here with M4A1 on top side. He's in a key position. He's just buying his time, picks up the first frag. He sets up for a second. That is brilliance from this lad. He has been fantastic. He's changing the game and putting it into their favor. These multi-kills are just coming out from everywhere.
Yeah, position like that at a later stage in a round, you don't tend to expect, right? You tend to expect them on the back of the site. You tend to expect them toward heaven, maybe even towards, you know, old vent. But a position such as that, you can just see Apocdad clear that no one will be there, walking straight on out, and that was the mistake, you know, enabling Ekal to collect upon that second frag. SYF on 9 now. They're looking favourable for a 10th. They've got the rifles, they've got the utility. You know, again, a massive staple being present on Nuke. That AWP is being put into so much power, and now Herbs stepping up when needed, looking for the 30, will be granted. So Apoc start to fall in the end. SYF, they're unstoppable at the moment.
Oh, they are. Everybody is stepping up. We're naming players every single round, a different individual, all the time, just being absolutely brilliant. I love to see this from these guys. 10-2. This is nutty. SYF, I mean, where did this come from? I mean, a few weeks ago, they weren't even a household name. We weren't even talking about them. I mean, we're going back to the old days right now. What SYF used to be many moons ago. They're representing this organization brilliantly right now, and they're putting them back in the map.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, they were almost ready to just give up, you know. Luke didn't really want to go forward anymore, and then they granted the role change of Zeph to be brought in, and now they're in a grand final. They're one map up. They're looking good to close it out 2-0. Would they have seen this coming?
I don't think anybody would have seen this coming in.
They definitely would have seen Zeph coming.
Zeph picking up another beautiful 2 frags in a tight position. I mean, he's just worth so much to the squad right now. He's getting 2 for 1 every opportunity he's in. Yeah. Tough position for Genuine Gaming right now, but this is momentum, this is confidence, this is the key. They are feeling good. SYF, they're on fire, and they're just comfortable to take all these shots. I know, once again, just reacting to smokes, repositioning, trying to look for that gap. He's been brilliant at picking up these frags, and he's doing a nice job again once he's controlling outside.
And there's still enough utility for Genuine to flash off and Molotov off a couple of these angles on the A bomb side. But SYF, they're not giving away any member presence just yet. I mentioned this position before. Ekal, he's not going to be cleared, at least only for the one in the end. But damage starting to come out toward the T's. Apocdad, he's managed to get down towards the B bomb side. That'll be granted for a bit of a flank, but you know, the plan to come out, it is minimal time. Are we going to see a similar situation that we saw him in earlier? He's got the AWP instead of the rifle, so very vulnerable after missing one shot. Flank from Badonka coming in from ramp. SYF, all they need to do is timing this one.
Oh, he's in a completely open position. He's able to get traded out, but
leg shot.
Ooh. Man, I thought Badonka was going to choke on that shot. Not too sure of the play from Apocdad. He was obviously playing scared because he knew he was on limited time, and that rotation from the CT players was coming in thick and fast. But he still made it close. The fight is still within these guys' hands. They are going to be giving it back, and they've got to do it soon if they're going to be able to be crowned champions of the LPL Pro Series. 11 rounds to 2. We didn't see this coming, but Nuke, I mean, it is a tough. It's very tough to be able to overcome the CT side on Nuke. I mean, traditionally in the past, CT-sided teams have had all the power. So I wouldn't be surprised to be able to see Genuine Gaming come back in the second half.
Yeah, but you would hope so in this one, you know, being their map pick and only able to come away with 2 rounds on the T side. Don't give it away. SYF have been playing absolutely phenomenal in this one, just shutting Genuine down left, right, and center. And even in this round, they've gotten that first pick, and now all they need to do is let Genuine come to them.
And yeah, well, we are seeing some tough situations here, and it's really come down to individuals just being in that one key position where the T-side players aren't looking. You know, picking up 2, 3 multi-kills. There's just so many angles on Nuke, and the CT players are doing a fantastic job of exploiting them at this stage. Once again, on ramp in a tight position that isn't cleared. The T-side players make up for it, though. They pick up 2 kills and are able to push down ramp
It's so good to see Benonka play that position. I talked to him earlier on before this matchup, and he said sitting in that position, it's always overlooked at this era. You know, no one Molotovs it out, no one grenades it out, no one checks it, and unable to get one frag. His teammates then able to shut out that round. SYF are looking 12-2 right now, going into the last round for this first half. Look at the scoreboard right now. Zeph is leading the charge on 16. You know, you still got Apox and Jinx on the other side. They're 13-13, so same apiece, but the rest of the team, they've not quite found their grounding in this game yet.
And it's not just looking at the top fraggers either. I mean, it's impact frags. I mean, Ino has been, he's been humongous. He's been huge with that AWP. Another frag for Zeph outside. He's causing damage. He's got his sights on a second as well, and he shuts him down. Advancing back onto the top side. He's looking for his third. Is he able to get it? Yes, he is. There's 2 bullets in the clip. Oh, monster.
You can see how happy he is as well, winning out that 13-2 on a map that you generally don't even play. You know, I'll give it to SYF. They are absolutely playing, you know, ridiculously good in this one. They've learnt on where they went wrong against Ground Zero in the semi-final. You know, it went into double overtime, 22-19, right? They're playing
on
ridiculously
land.
Good.
They're playing on land.
They're playing on land. This is SYF on land.
Do it on land, man. Far out. Oh, this is a fantastic performance from SYF. 13-2 lead. How can Genuine bounce back? Beautiful, that's just what they need. A second as well. Going for the third. Is he able to get it? No, but he's able to stay away with his life. 100 HP, 10 bullets in the clip. Gets his third. Beautiful start to the second half. Skull really stepping up.
He's taken out in the ending by Carl, but with only 2 members yet to be surviving on the SYF side, what will they be able to bring forward? You know, they've kind of locked Stat down in Garage. They still need to be cautious of these flanks. The second member of the Genuine side spotted out, but going into these sticky situations, it's going to be very hard for SYF to come back into this pistol round at least. They'll try and maybe take it back in subsequent rounds. It is Zeph, the last alive, trying to escape, seeing what more damage he can do, but taken out in the end by Apox. The first round on the board for Genuine in quite a while. On their CT side, are they going to be able to steamroll out with how SYF has started it off?
It came down to Scale making the shots, right? And if he plays that outside garage area the way he did on that pistol, I mean, it locks down a portion of that map. And it's going to help their strategic defense on ramp and top site. Hopefully he can do that on a gun round. But here we are seeing the Seaside players advancing towards the bottom side vent, but they are shut down quickly. It looks like a full save, and the CT players are cleaning them up so quick. I know, just sitting here patiently with the knife. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get hunted? Has he got an opportunity to get a kill? No, he doesn't. A clean sweep from Genuine Gaming. Nice work from the boys.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see as well that, yeah, he was the one to get down the vent, but he didn't get the bomb down the vent as well. If he did, he could have got the plant down, a little bit of extra cash in their pocket, and maybe even find a pick or 2 if he got a little bit sneaky around the lower B bomb site. But at least for Genuine, as another round on the board, they're not doubling their score from their T side, but they're looking down the barrel right now of SYF, who they've got 5 weapons, and I am so excited to see how Zeph is going to put this Krieg into action.
Oh, you were talking about it. We finally see it in action. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, is it going to bring the hype machine? I'm not too sure, but here we are, just looking and clearing all his angles, playing it safe, trying to advance across the outside, and he's not able to pick up anything at this point. He's got taken 42 points of damage, but he's still taking on this Jill. He's got assistance. Skull manages to peek and take the clean-up frag.
Skull Hunter is definitely finding the frags when needed in this second half, isn't he? He's pretty much started the way for Genuine in finding these rounds, but definitely continuing the way in this one, at least. Benonka, he's put it down, and with Luke down to just Maker, down to 1 HP. He could literally die to a flashbang right now. He's got the cue that there is a flank coming out. They might line up here, but no, they're going to take it for the one-on-one. Luke to come out on top. SYF, they're on 14. One more will put them into guaranteed overtime, and one more after the fact. They will be your champions.
Oh, this is superb work from SYF. I love how they responded to the situation. After the CT players got the pickup frag outside, they they managed to use that information and they responded so quickly. Badonka manages to push up, pick up Skull, and it just all unfolded. After the one death, they bounced back with 3 kills. Just superb work from SYF. And look at the speed and confidence from this squad at this stage. Advancing so quickly outside and without any damage being returned. It's it's nice to see that confidence from SYF so early in the round.
Yeah, confidence is one thing that SYF are definitely not lacking in at the moment. They have gathered so many rounds together. They have really been taking it to genuine, and well, they've left me a little bit lost for words at times. And coming into this round, you know, finding the first pick, Badonka tagged down toward 11 HP though. Still, so much utility for SYF to explore with, so much time for them to also use. And, well, another kill on the board.
That's a big whiff from APOC. He should have made that kill. He had plenty of time, plenty of bullets, but he didn't spend them well. But another kill for Herbs here. This is a nice pickup frag from him. He's just controlling his CT aggression. The information he's relaying to his teammates as well. Maker picks up a nice frag, but it's a 4v2 situation. The T-side players, they've got all the information at this point. They're sitting up for a counter.
Oh, lucky enough to get that frag on toward Herbs as well, but now he's left his teammate in Maker into the sticky situation of a 1v3. He does at least have 100 HP, but so too does Luke on the other side. So many angles right now that Maker has to be aware of. Found the first pick on toward Badonka. We'll eliminate another angle with that Molotov. A bit of a weird angle, if you ask me. Wasn't too expectant of that angle, but Zef playing a bit of an off angle indeed for himself. Maker to fall 15 on the board for SYF. We are looking at championship point, and Genuine Gaming, their money's in the bin.
Oh, the money is in the bin. This is not what we expected from the Genuine Gaming guys on Nuke as well. We talked them up, but SYF, I mean, with the sudden and explosive finish of the first map, they rolled into the second, and they're steamrolling right now. They are on fire. They're bringing it to Genuine Gaming right now, and they want to wrap it up quick. Look at this advance play from the T-side players outside. They're going straight for the kill, straight for the play, but no, the CT players have responded. There's still life in these young guys.
Ino is still the one to find the opening frag when he needs to be called upon the most. You know, it is just down to APOC done now. His position has been revealed as well. He's looking to see what he can do, but with the flank coming in from Zef, who is going to reign supreme on this? APOC done. Does have a nice close angle, but spotted out by Zef. Ladies and gentlemen, 16-4 will be your final scoreline. SYF, you can see how happy they are right now. They are your LPL Pro CSGO ANZ champions.
Wow, unbelievable stuff there, Dion. I mean, to see that happen there, you know, we had a bit of a talk about it. I mean, you said it as well, you know, Genuine Gaming, surely they're going to be coming back here. They're going to be getting themselves back into it. But to see them be taken out by SYF there in such dominant fashion on their map pick, I mean, I don't think anyone could have expected that.
No, definitely not. I think really Zef and Ino, you know, the shining stars in my eyes in that matchup, just doing everything when needed, also calling upon Luke when needed to find all these frags. And 13-2 for a halftime scoreline is absolutely phenomenal, and that just, you know, is fully outstanding towards SYF, a team who were very shaky during the season, almost folded as well, coming up against Genuine Gaming, who, you know, their cohesion, they've been together for so long now. You would have expected them to maybe, you know, they're the favourites, right?
Oh yeah, definitely,
and
definitely.
SYF have come out showing us this. That is absolutely absurd, and I'd love to see it.
And so, I mean, if you're just joining us, you see it there now. SYF, they are your champions for Season 4, picking themselves up the win over Genuine Gaming 2-0. And I mean, in pretty dominant in pretty dominant fashion there. But that's one thing I wanted to note there is I sort of noticed it in the first game. And that's why I sort of talked about the confidence and the momentum and things like that. But you could just see the happiness that was going on in the SYF room. You know, they were pretty happy to be here, you know, just from the first game. But obviously, as things started to go their way, they just started, you know, they were having the greatest time. Did you see Eno there? The guy had a smile. He was laughing in every single round. Even the one where he took a bit of fall damage from going up ladder outside. He sort of just he just brushed it off.
Good chum with it, aren't they?
Oh, you're gonna do a bit of damage to me? I got this. I got this.
I don't think there was one point where, you know, you didn't see a sort of smile on their face in that map. They were kind of just walking all over. Well, they did just walk all over Genuine in that one. So, you know, massive props to them. They've got to be so ecstatic with themselves, and hats off to them. They played it absolutely phenomenally. There's nothing nothing more you can say about that. Everyone's stepping up when they needed to.
Yeah, amazing stuff, amazing stuff. And speaking of amazing, we do have the amazing Wayfarer standing by with the winners, SYF. Wayfarer, let's see what the team has to say.
Well, thanks, guys. You know, here I am with the winning team. I mean, who would have saw this coming? Did you guys think you guys were going to win tonight?
I think we could definitely had the potential to win. Overpass it could have been a lot easier for us. We made it pretty hard for ourselves, but we definitely didn't expect to take Nuke so convincingly. So we're pretty happy with that.
A phenomenal performance on Nuke. You guys looked unstoppable. And the thing is, in grand finals, it takes everybody to step up, and you all stepped up. We saw amazing multi-frags from all of you. But Zeph, I mean, the addition to the squad, you have been huge for these guys.
Thanks. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect us to be able to do this so fast, but everybody in the team's nuts, so I guess we're just that good.
Man, you guys must be having heaps of fun right now. I mean, what's next for you guys? Where are you going to go next?
No clue. Just keep playing, keep winning, hopefully, and yeah, just keep doing what we're doing.
Well, congratulations, guys. I mean, here's your trophy. Congratulations. Well, back to you guys.
I must say, that's got to be the absolute best, winner's reaction we've seen there ever.
100%. What's next for you guys? Win some more games.
Yeah, win some more games.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, maybe they could teach Chris how to tuck his shirt in as well. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not really that one, I guess.
Well, from all of us here at LPL, it's been an absolute blast this season. And I mean, to watch SYF take that out in such dominant performance, I mean, that's been absolutely amazing. But from all of us here, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Dallas SKYCITY.
I've been Komodo.
I like to throw him in the end. Somewhere Wayfarer has been Wayfarer, but thank you all, and we'll see you back next season for all the action here on LPL.